Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in an air sign. Basically motivated by intellectual concepts and social ideals. Recharges energy through social involvement and intellectual stimulation. The Sun in the signs, interpretive guidelines. Sun in Aquarius. Creative energy is directed towards society's welfare and theoretical concepts, especially through innovation. Radiates friendly, people-oriented mental energy, often with a tinge of extremism. Urge to be and to create is colored by freedom, eccentricity, and experimentation. Essentially values humanity and the world of the intellect, with the need to find what's right or true. Expression of individuality can be deterred by self-effacement, over-concentration on duty, or aimless rebellion. The Moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the Moon's sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The Moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in water signs. Reacts to changing experiences with sensitivity and emotion. Feels comfortable with self when feelings are deeply involved. Sign position of the Moon. How one reacts based on subconscious predisposition. Moon in Scorpio. Reacts intensely, passionately, with controlled emotional power. Self-image affected by complex, turbulent emotions. Confidence sometimes undermined by negative emotions or supported by passionate sense of purpose. Depth of feelings and secretiveness contribute to person's mystique and charisma. A need to deeply penetrate experiences leads to comprehension of underlying motives or to imagining all sorts of fearful motives in others. Fear of vulnerability and losing control can lead to emotional repression. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Scorpio. Note that this is the fall position of the Moon. Dominating and aggressive, impatient and moody, given to brooding, easily hurt and can be jealous, impulsive, desire as the motivating force, strong pride and will, intensely passionate in response to life, set in ways and very stubborn, apt to be disappointed in love, apt to demand too much and not give enough of understanding, sit in judgment on others too quickly, greatest need, to learn to forgive and forget. Strong physically, sensual, extremist in temperament, strong, deep feelings, but they need handling. Needs to achieve an optimistic attitude toward life. Go after what they want and usually get it, and then find out it's not what they really wanted. In a male chart, will attract a possessive and jealous mate if Moon is afflicted. Sun-Moon alchemy. The elemental combinations of the Sun sign and the Moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun sign, Moon sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarius, 1994. Each Sun-Moon type is a combination of elements. the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a fire-earth combination refers equally to sun-fire, moon-earth, as it does to sun-earth, moon-fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Air-water combinations. Air and water together produce mist, which is a seemingly insubstantial, rather ethereal mixture. In fact, this combination of mind and emotion can produce a wonderful sense of humor and an extremely creative imagination, making for an equal interest in both sciences and the humanities, in people and things, in fact and fiction. This individual is enormously sensitive and potentially insightful, but may need to exert terrific effort in handling the real world. It is potentially a romantic, poetic combination, powerfully expressive and often theatrical. The Welsh poet Dylan Thomas, with Sun in Scorpio and Moon in Aquarius, expressed this ironic blend of mind and heart in a note about his collected poems. These poems, with all their crudities, doubts, and confusions, are written for the love of man and in praise of God, and I'd be a damn fool if they weren't. When the sun is in air and the moon in water, the individual may be a thinking type who consciously reflects upon the mysteries of life. This person thinks they are a free spirit, but soon finds out how deeply attached they have become. The Scottish birth control campaigner Marie Stopes, Sun in Libra, Moon in Pisces, was typical of the combination in her idealism, which was concerned with the realm of human values and the mysterious world of feeling and emotion. She expressed this well when she said, "There is nothing in the world I so reverence as beauty, whether of the world or of character or in a soul." Shadow. The air-water type may sometimes get confused as to whether they are thinking or feeling something. An apparently detached viewpoint may in fact be tinged with personal bias. This individual may also experience a mind-emotion split, feeling both emotionally involved and even dependent, and yet detached from the object of their affections at another level. In general, there can be a tendency for a rich imagination to remain somewhat up in the air, and for procrastination and an impractical approach to limit the possibilities of successful self-expression. If water is the stronger element, there can be intense emotionality, receptivity, and self-dramatization, but with a lack of strategy about one's creative energies. If air is the stronger element, the individual initiates well-thought-out schemes, but they may lack that touch of originality which comes from the depths of an inspired heart. To find out which element is stronger, you need to know further details about the horoscope, such as whether there are several planets in water or air. Relationships. The air-water type is interested in relating and communicating, and makes a delightful and stimulating partner. But there may be a kind of divine discontent in this individual, a sort of unconscious yearning for something more, and a sense that the grass is greener somewhere else. Relationships can be problematic because there is a need for intimacy and security, as well as for variety and change. Women with the moon in a water sign may tend to gravitate towards men with a strong water component, for they will help bring out their sense of femininity, which could otherwise get suppressed and intellectualized. For similar reasons, men with the moon in an air sign may find themselves drawn to air-type women, with whom they will feel a spontaneous affinity. It may be possible for this combination to drift into new intimacies without realizing it is even happening, and they would expect to be able to remain friends with all past lovers. Male versus female. This combination is probably best handled by females who can stay in touch with their feelings and also reflect on them without too much distress. The female role requires diffuse awareness, the ability to be aware of many different things at once, and it also requires tremendous adaptability, which this combination provides. It is likely that males will tend to polarize towards the mental and intellectual dimension, defending themselves against the overt expression of feelings. This will especially be the case when the moon is the water element. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William Yu Wei's Cosmic Astrology, Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Scorpio. Free spirit. You will not be told what to do or how to handle your life. Regardless of the number of mistakes, the responsibility is all yours in the end. Rarely listening to the counsel of others, you follow your distinctive path in life. However, your obstinate pride can be your own ruin because there is a fundamental clash in your combination. You always leave an enduring and forceful feeling on those you encounter. You are a bit too charismatic for it to be a plus in your character. The impression you leave will be either great or awful because there is nothing middle of the road about you. Actually, extremism is the most significant trait of the Aquarius Scorpio. Stubbornness is your negative, but you have very strong needs, unbelievable determination, and a huge respect for your own freedom. Your Scorpio moon is sharp and a bit self-centered, but an Aquarius sun gives you powerful compassion and a need to serve society. Thus, you are never certain whether to just work toward filling your own desires or follow the call of your lofty ideals. Most Aquarius Scorpios decide to fulfill the demands of their egos, and frequently guilt is the consequence. As with all those with a moon in Scorpio, you are always evolving and have the facility to come back from defeat. There's a marked sense of mission and strong creative brilliance in some very evolved Aquarius Scorpios. It is entirely possible for a Scorpio moon to strengthen, inspire, and uplift Aquarians. This can lead to a humanism that produces innovative scientists, thinkers, or reformers. But first, materialism must be conquered. You want comfort and acknowledgement above all, but in chasing your goals and dreams, you may lose perspective, becoming selfish and even cruel. While you are willing to experiment and are flexible, your Scorpio moon gives you innate prejudices and entrenched beliefs. Some of them are a bit wild. You can become puzzled and irate when you note that others do not share them. Your signs are both fixed signs, which says that when things get difficult, rather than be flexible, you are more likely to break and take your anger out on others. Developing a more relaxed and especially tolerant viewpoint is important. Emotional inflexibility and a sanctimonious attitude are not productive. The good news is, you have the capability to renew yourself. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Politics as a practice, whatever its professions, has always been the systematic organization of hatreds. Henry Brooke Adams, fellow Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Scorpio. Your greatest strengths. Intense dedication to principles, loyalty to friends and family, persevering and thorough approach to work, investigative turn of mind and devotion to truth at any cost, courageous enthusiasm for reform and desire to improve the welfare of others, capacity for living life to the full. Your greatest weaknesses. Egoism and self-importance. Tendency sometimes to get stuck in prejudice and dogmatic opinions. A stern, exacting eye and unbending standards. Potential for ruthless behavior and manipulation. Images for integration. A scientist dissects a scorpion with great tenderness and absolute precision. A researcher presents his findings to colleagues at a Science for Humanity conference. Jules Verne's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.